Here we are. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Lisa Ware, Senior Group Leader. Lovely to see you all. By popular demand, I have been asked if I could do a coaching on how to actually present through Zoom. Now, we could do it very, very simply with just a prospect and ourselves. But what I want to do is show you how you can support as well. So first of all, I think as Dawn's equipment is updating, first of all, Elaine, you are going to be my prospect, okay? And we're going to show the simplicity that you've got somebody that lives at a distance, and so you're doing it remotely. Now, there are many methods, okay, that can be used. But as I was just explaining to Elaine, on this is vital information to you all. On Saturday evening at the 11th hour, a brand new partner asked me, bit short notice, would I mind at 6:15 supporting her, because a friend of hers said if we're basically cheaper on energy, she'll happily switch. And it was all about energy. Okay. But I'm now going to say to all of you, whenever anyone says it's all about broadband, it's all about energy, I don't take any notice, because what we're doing is presenting. And my aim is always about minimum 3 services, because that's when customers gain the most. So when I'm doing my presentation, I actually say that. I will say, oh, there's 2 Dawns today. I will say, the aim today is to show you what Utility Warehouse offers. And because it's all about bundling services, and as the more you bundle, a bit like a meal deal, you get better value. I just love Waitrose do these superb, really nice meal deals for £12, where you can choose a main, you can choose a side, and then you can choose either a starter or a dessert. The whole lot is £12. If you were to buy them separately, you're looking at about £40. So I say to them, this is exactly the same. Our aim today is to give you the very best prices. Now, I'm going to put this to all of you. Who wouldn't want the best prices? Why would that be a bad thing to say? It's not. It's a good thing to say. And yes, it does require posture. I know that. But I actually do believe it, because I know it works. And if we give people the best value and they take the cashback card, the statistics show that they'll probably stay, especially if they're a homeowner, they'll probably stay for about 25 years. Who would like to be paid residual income for 25 years? I'm sure, of course we would, all right? And they do tend to become our best referrers, and they do also tend to become the people that often say, I'd like to do this, because they're so delighted with their savings that actually it's a natural course to move over to. However, we had something called lockdown a few years ago, and it changed the method and the way that we worked. There are many benefits to working remotely that's come from this. In prior to 2020, I went all over the country, everywhere. I would go 2 to 3 hours sometimes to go and see somebody to do work. So a lot of fuel, a lot of time, although face-to-face is still the best. You can't beat the energy that you have when you're with someone. And the hard part of Zoom is to build rapport, all right, because you're not actually there. They can't feel you, if you get my, I don't go touching them, you know what I mean? They feel that kind of energy that's there. And they see your body language, okay? So it's much harder like this, but Zoom is the best because it's the next best thing to being face to face, without a shadow of a doubt. So first of all, Elaine, I will send you an email which you've received, and it's a lovely email. If anybody wants to see it, It's very, very nice, but it gave you all the information you needed. And it set the standard that prior to us coming on, you would have already ensured that your Zoom app is updated. Could I ask Caroline to mute, please? Because it's in, sorry, thank you. I've already asked you to ensure your app is updated and that you are ready prompt for the time. Now that is setting the scene, and it's also saying that this is a serious appointment. It might be practice, but it's serious, okay? So Elaine has clicked on my link, and hey ho, by the magic, she's here. Okay, so how do we do this? Now, all of you watching this is fine. I'm not going to see you in a minute because I'm going to be minimizing. Okay. Elaine, I want you to notice, guys, what goes on here. Elaine's my prospect. Elaine, I'd like you, if you could, to minimize your Zoom, or you can, there's in the top right hand corner, if you put your mouse over the little line, it says minimize. The two boxes is kind of restore down. Please don't press the cross, otherwise you'll go. All right. So I'm restoring down, and I've only got a few of you now. If you could do the same, Elaine, and tell me when you've done that.
Yeah. So I can just see you in the right hand corner.
Lovely, and that's exactly the same for me. Now, what I'd like you to do is on the internet, on your Chrome browser, could you bring up a brand new tab so that you've got a new tab, because you've minimized Zoom, so we're still there, we're still working on it, but you're now, would you type in, please, uw.co.uk/share?
I do. So I click enter now, do I?
You do. And what's going to come up is it's going to say that you need an appointment code.
That's right. Enter code to begin.
So you are waiting for me to give you the code. Now, guys, you recognize this is the start of the presentation. So pretend that we've done the presentation. All right. Just bring you guys back. Now, what I'm doing, and this is what is really good about Zoom, for example, is Elaine is still looking in on Zoom, and she can see what I'm up to, as you can. So because she's my prospect, I'm also minimize Zoom, and I'm going to press save as a customer. And then, as you can see, I am now logging in. Hang on, wrong person. I want me. Just bear with us. Because this is, by the way, what you're seeing is uw.co.uk/join. Okay. So that's what you're seeing. And then I press sign in. And what it offers me is 3 items as somebody that's experienced distributor. It offers me face-to-face, it offers me fully remote, and it offers to support a new partner. Now I'm pressing fully remote. And then it says, were you introduced to this person by an existing customer? We'll say no for this. And then I start the appointment. Now, as I do so, I am now going to give Elaine my code. Elaine, in capital letters and no spaces, could you type L for Lima?
Yep.
G for golf.
Yep.
42, A for alpha.
And get started.
Yes, please.
So that's saying Lisa Ware would like to introduce you to UW.
Yes, please.
So I'm going to say accept request.
Please do. And
oh,
now,
I can see that nice purple screen.
Now, guys, what I want you to see is that my mouse is moving. You can see that there is a prospect mouse that is still at the moment, But what I want you to notice is C is the customer. And because it's highlighted with me, me behind, it means at this moment, the prospect, Elaine, has control. I'm going to press the arrow and I'm going to request the control.
Yeah, I'm going to say okay to that.
Lovely. Now I have the control. So what I want to say to all of you is this. You could then do your presentation, you see, perfectly. And you can bring in things like, I'm going to do this now because you're all going to see it. I'm going to press a bill. Are you all seeing the bill?
No. No.
You should be.
No.
Hang on. Hang on. You should be seeing a bill.
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what
Yeah.
it means is that I am able through Zoom to show things like my bill. If I was face to face with Elaine, I would have printed one off and shown her, because there's nothing actually more powerful than actually a real bill, because it's the proof in the eating. You're not just saying, oh, a pudding is good. You're actually showing them and explaining. And I explain my bill. I say to them, this is where we live. And I usually go, Elaine, I hope you don't have a photographic memory, because this is the real bill. So the bill comes out at the end of the first week. We know as customers what's coming out by direct debit on the last working day. Now, as you can see, there are actually 5 services here. So there's energy, mobile, phone and broadband, and buildings and contents insurance. Incredibly, the whole lot is only £173 on a 4-bedroom house. But here's the magic money. Everyday spending in the previous month brought in almost £60. Can you see what it's done? It's eliminated the cost of my mobile, the phone and the broadband, and a bit more. So those services now are only 114. Elaine, how would you like your everyday spending to start eliminating the cost of your services?
That is amazing. I love that. I love the idea with those reductions. Wow.
Right. So you see, you've got power with this, because yes, Elaine has joined remotely, but she can also see in my screen, so I can show her other things. I could show her, for example, Elaine, are you currently, did you say, with Sky for your broadband?
Yeah, I'm paying a fortune. Paying
Right.
a fortune.
Right. When it comes to the right moment in the presentation, when we're talking about, let me show you it. Let me go back. Are you seeing purple again, guys?
Yes, we'll see. Yeah, you're going backwards in the presentation. Yeah.
You see this page? When we come to this, this is a great way of running through it and then saying, now, Trustpilot. Elaine, would you agree that I think broadband has almost become as important as water?
Oh, we couldn't do without it now, could we? We couldn't survive.
And then I share with people, do you know I'm running on 11 megabits here? We're that rural. The cabinet's 1.5 miles away. It runs down the lane and it ends in the front garden on our pole. And yet I run Zooms every Tuesday and it all works. Do you know what, guys? Isn't that incredible to be able to share that sort of stuff? Look at this. So Elaine, let's have a look at what Trustpilot says. And I've got this all prepared. Anyone can do this. That might be a little bit why you're not so happy, because unfortunately 84%
Oh my
review
goodness.
have said
For
1 star.
Sky?
Yeah, can I show you what Utility Warehouse has got? The opposite. Look, for internet, nearly
That's brilliant.
44,000 reviews and 5 stars, 68% give it 5 stars, a complete contrast. So can you see the benefits of Zoom? This is really, really good. So I'm going to stop the share, because what you've now witnessed, how easy you can bring in a prospect. And what happens as you go through the remote bit, I am actually changing her screen. When it comes to the videos on the remote, you have to ask your prospect to play the video themselves. Whereas if you're in Zoom, you can play it and they see it. You've got lots of flexibility. And on the remote, as it comes to the bit which is insurance and signing up, what's incredible, this is the bit that's really good. It goes over to the control of the prospect, Elaine. She looks at the stuff, she fills in her bits. And then I can say to her, because remember in the Zoom in the corner, she's still seeing me and my Zoom screen that I'm sharing. She can see, I can't see her direct debit details she's putting in, which gives her confidence that it's all actually very, very private and safe and secure. How brilliant is that? Okay. Whereas when you are doing one of these telephone jobs and the remote, you can't show bills, you can't do anything else. And they just got to believe you that you can't see what they're typing in, even though it says it's safe and secure. So I believe Zoom is the easiest way around this. So Elaine, you're still on Zoom. And you know that if you minimize again, and I'm going to minimize.
Yep.
Oh, I can't minimize. Hang on. I've got to do that. That's it. Restore down. I'm going to get rid of what I did. So I'm very used to this now. So I've got a lot of control over it. So I've brought you all back. Now I want to share how you can support someone. So now Dawn is our stooge. She's our prospect. And she is a prospect for Elaine, who's the new partner. Okay. Now, Elaine may have sent her a WhatsApp message, basically saying, could you come on Zoom? Similar to what I've said. And Dawn, we're going to do this so you can see exactly how good it is. Now, Dawn is on an iPad, which is a bit harder than having a laptop or a PC. But Dawn, do you know how to minimize Zoom?
Hold on. No, not on here, I don't.
And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, if you are serious about this as your business, earning you loads of money, I'm going to say, invest in a laptop that's got a camera, because it doesn't half make it easy. All right. I am not even touching my laptop. I've gone one step further and I have a, oh, hang on.
You've disappeared now.
I've got a keyboard that's wireless. I have a wireless mouse. And all it is I've got a little, excuse the expression, a dongle that's in my laptop that enables that to work. So I don't have to keep touching my keypad on my laptop. I am able to have absolute control. I'm doing everything and seeing who's in front of me. All right. I learned that in lockdown, if you were going to get good at this, you had to have the right equipment. So if you want, the easiest way is absolutely have a laptop. Okay. Now it can all be done on iPads. So what I'm now going to say is, Dawn,
Yeah.
are we looking at you through your iPad?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other devices around you?
Only my mobile.
Okay. So I'm now going to make the suggestion. Leave your iPad on. Come back on Zoom through your mobile. And I know we're going to see you twice, but it doesn't matter. 2 Dawns are better than one.
You poor things.
Two for the price of one. Okay. So come on Zoom on your phone and I'm going to help you around this. And bear this in mind. This is good what you're saying, because this is the kind of thing that you come upon.
Yeah.
This is why we're doing this, because these are the things that happen. All right. There is no such thing as perfection in the world of remote working. I've had to do some really crazy things, but it's good. So as soon as we see Dawn on Zoom through her mobile. Dawn, turn the sound off the one that's the remote, your iPad. Turn the sound off the iPad. That's why you've got what's happening.
Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on.
Excellent. Okay. So now Dawn, we can see her, she can see me through her phone. So now Dawn, on your iPad, because remember we don't need that for Zoom now. On your iPad, would you please go to your internet? Come off Zoom, Dawn, on your actual, come off Zoom on your iPad completely. End your Zoom call on the iPad. And by the way, what you're witnessing, this is the kind of stuff that happens. This is good. All right. So hello, Dawn, you're still there because you're there through your mobile phone. So Dawn, would you like to go onto your internet, which is Safari on an iPad? Could you go to Safari?
I don't think I've got that on here. I use
Yes, you
Google.
Oh, well, go Google. Do Google, please. Google's good. And by the way, this is the stuff that happens. So I'm really glad that this is happening because
So
you're
what
witnessing.
have I got to go into? What do you want to put in?
Right. You are the prospect. So could you type uw.co.uk/share? SHARE. By the way, everything is always uw.co.uk/. And for a prospect, it's always share. Unless with a partner, a supporting partner, if Elaine was sat next to Dawn, it would still be join. But because Dawn is remote from Elaine, she's share. Have you got that? Have you done it?
Yeah. It says enter your code to begin.
Marvelous. Right now. So I am the one that's doing all the supporting here. I'm supporting Elaine. So now I say to Elaine, Elaine, would you minimize, restore down the little boxes on Zoom? And I'm going to do the same.
Yep, done that.
Could you bring up a new tab on the internet?
Yep, I've got that up.
And could you type uw.co.uk/join?
All done.
And I'm doing the same.
So I'm going to log in.
Yeah, and I'm going to log in.
Sign
Now,
in.
very, very slowly, wait for me, because on your screen, you will have the offer of face-to-face, fully remote, or support a new partner remotely. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
Would you choose fully remote, please?
Absolutely.
And then tell everybody what's come up.
So I've now got the next section which says, were you introduced to this person by an existing UW customer, yes or no?
Say no for this.
Okay. And then I'm going to click on start appointment.
And has it asked you, are you being supported?
No, it's given me the code.
Right, would you wait there? Because
Yep.
I'm supporting. On mine, folks, I don't know if you can see my screen through Zoom. I'm pressing support a new partner remotely. And notice I too went to uw.co.uk/join. And now I join. And then you're going to give Dawn and I the code, please, if you would.
So the code is W, J for Jaguar, D for Donald, and I don't know my phonetic alphabet, number 2, and L for Lima.
Lovely. Can I just suggest, everyone, when you give a code out, always say, this is all in capitals and there are no spaces, so that you don't get lots of, oh, is it capitals? Is it not? Now,
Yeah.
Dawn and I are both going to press, after we've typed that in, get started.
Lovely. Yep, so I can see a purple screen and it says remote appointment, Lisa Ware is about to connect. So I'm going to accept your request.
And ladies and gentlemen, by the wonders of Zoom, you can see that the customer has control, which is Dawn, C. EF is Elaine Feller, and there's me. Now, if I press the arrow, I'm going to ask, could I be accepted to have control?
You can, so okay to that.
And now I have control. And please notice that the me has come forward as brighter. All right. So
Yeah.
I'm just
You're
going
not
to
sharing your screen.
I'm not sharing, am I? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we see you.
Hang on. Let me share. Right. Okay, guys, I don't know if you can see now. So with the arrow, I requested control and it was accepted. And now me is bright purple and it's the one at the front, and EF and C are behind. Now, there's lots you can do here. Dawn, is she still there?
Yeah,
Dawn,
yeah.
would you like on your iPad, because you are seeing the presentation, Dawn, would you like to request the control? You press the little arrow. There, now customer has control. Can you see that, folks? Yeah. Now, Elaine, would you like to press the arrow?
I'd love to press the arrow.
Elaine wants to take control. Okay. Now Elaine has control. And each time when the person has control, the arrow, it goes bright white. So it's absolutely obvious. And what you see, because Elaine has control, Elaine is now forefront. She's the brightest one. So the beauty of all of this is you've got this through Zoom, the prospect, the supporting partner can see what I'm doing. When I have control, I can show other things if I wish to, like, for example, a bill. So, Elaine, you've got control. Would you at the moment, please, press the red circle with the telephone with the line through it?
Here we go. So it says, are you sure you want to end this appointment?
Yeah, you do.
So yes, we do.
And now it's gone. The session has ended. So I'm going to stop the share. And I'm now going to resume what we've discussed. If it's just you and a prospect always types in uw.co.uk/share. All partners involved, supported and supporting, type uw.co.uk/join. But the beauty of Zoom is you can restore down with the boxes, and it means that whoever's controlling the appointment at the time, the other people can see what's going on as well. And I think in particular for safety and security, confidence of a prospect, they know that I can't see when they're typing in their bank details too.
Lisa, can I ask a question, please?
Right.
I normally do uw.co.uk/remote, and it comes up with the presentation first, but I don't think the presentation comes up the same way when you do share, does it?
Well, no, because share is about your prospect joining, and you're going to give them a code.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. I mean, you can do it. What it always used when we first started doing this remotely, we had to do remote. But we don't now.
No, they decided it had to be simpler. So partners are uw.co.uk/join.
Yeah.
what you want to do, can I tell you the best way to have this as a serene appointment? Because you want serene. And sometimes it's not always like that. I always deal with the prospect first and get them to do their bit. And then I say to them, right, could you wait? Because you're waiting for a code now. And your new partner, she's going to give it to us. I'm now going to be doing my bit. And then I am telling the new partner what they're doing. And I ask them to read back what they see on their screen, because you get some people that are so keen to jump ahead and whiz ahead. They don't actually read anything on the screen. I know that. And so they miss things out incredibly. And what it is about making this a nice, simple procedure. And I have not had any problems with this at all. It absolutely works. But what I would say, and I'm not asking you all to go and spend loads of money, all right, but you can get a laptop these days for about 250 quid, because technology has improved so much, it's not true. A laptop with a camera is just like worth its weight in gold. It really is. It makes life easy. It really does. And I could actually show you all how to do all of it, even on my own, pretending there was a prospect with me, pretending there was a, because you can actually do it all. Zoom is the ultimate sort of easy access remote. It really is. And you get, when you sign up to Zoom, you get 40 minutes free. 40 minutes is pretty enough to be able to do a presentation and to be able to get them signed up, as long as you've got things prepped in advance. Obviously, like, what's the hardest thing on an appointment? Customers finding their bills. Oh my God. I mean, it's just like hell, isn't it? It's hell on earth. And one of the benefits I always say all the time is, oh, and you see the simplicity of this, and you have it as an app on your phone. The beauty of being face to face is I love the fact that I get my phone and I actually show them. Yeah, that is, which you can't do remotely. That one's difficult. Yeah. So guys, hopefully I've simplified how to use Zoom, how to do supported or remote appointments, because I think what the company has produced online, I read it all and thought, oh my God, I'm confused.com. It just looked so much hard, whereas actually this is quite simple. Right, so next week, what we will do, which we were going to do, was, I can't remember now what it was. I think I was moving on. I'm going through the stages, aren't I? And Dawn said, could I show how to do a remote appointment? So the question to ask you, Dawn, is, do you feel you now understand?
Yeah, I understand it better.
You do.
I had my computer, but which I haven't got anymore, and I bought a UW iPad thinking that would do what I wanted it to do, and it's not doing what it wants to do.
Okay. I'm now going to...
Mistake number one.
Okay, I'm going to press upon all of you. There is a really wonderful thing that Dawn just said. I know more than I did, she said. I know better. How can you get better? Well, here you go. You've got a load of prospects who I know you've not called. You've got people you've called in the past and they've been no for nows. Why not give them a call and genuinely say to them, I'm practicing a new way of doing this. Could I possibly ask you, would you mind if I practiced with you? What a great way of reaching out to a load of people. Practice makes progress. I'm going to say bye so we don't overrun. Hope that was helpful. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Dawn. And actually, I'm really glad Dawn had a few issues, because now you're seeing how you can make this thing work. All right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, Lisa. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Lisa.
Next week. Bye.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you.